Hi, I'm Christophe Langlois, and you're on Visible Banking. It's always a pleasure to share some of the unique insights from the Visible Banking Twitter Watch series. Indeed, since March 2009, we've been tracking how financial institutions worldwide are using Twitter. And this gives us some unique insights that we share with our clients. It's not just about banking and retail, but it could be anything from in financial services, from retail banking up to insurance, commercial banking, asset management, anything which is related to finance. That's what we track, and we can help you as a retail bank, for instance, benchmark yourself against your peers anywhere in the world. Yeah. So now we're tracking 1,560 accounts in 72 countries. We're tracking an aggregated 2.7 million followers and 1.6 million tweets from those financial institutions. Yeah. What's important is to understand Twitter. The content strategy is critical, right? It's one thing to claim to be on Twitter, something else to make the most of Twitter and really engage with tweets. Okay? It's one thing as well to have a proper content strategy and understand where is it that you'd like to redirect those people. Twitter is not a destination like Facebook, yeah? It's just a great amplifier and a great connector of people and content. And the vast majority of those 1,500 accounts are not active, okay? 86% of those accounts tweet less or far less than 5 times a day. So again, you're happy to be on Twitter, fine, but most of you haven't started to use Twitter yet. If you want to do it well and right, please get in touch with us. One of your key goals as well is to make people feel comfortable dialoguing with you on Twitter. And one way to do that is to get one of the almighty Twitter verified badges. And you see here that only 87 financial institutions on a list have this badge in 9 countries and mainly in the US. Again, I'll cover that in a future video. Let's have a look at the distribution, right? More than 1,500 accounts, and that's interesting, I think. You see here the top 10, top 50, and top 100, yeah? And you see pretty much all the key criteria of Twitter, and you see a percentage basically. And you see that in terms of followers, the top 10 gather 22% of followers, which is quite massive, and the top 100, 60%. The top 100 most followed financial institutions on Twitter aggregates 60% of the total number of followers. And you see like verified accounts, top 100, only 50% of those 87 accounts. So you don't have to be big on Twitter to get the verified account badge. Okay? A very important criteria to me is listed. The more listed you are, the better or the more savvy your followers, okay? And basically a Twitter user would have spent the time to flag you on one or of his or her lists. So it's very important to me. I think it's a great indicator, vastly under-tapped, yeah? And now let's check the top 20. Again, it's a very short update I'm sharing with you today, right? You see here the top, pretty much almost the top 10, not changed from last month, but for Banco de Chile, so congratulations, which made the top 10. And you see there's quite a bit of differences between the top 11 and the top 20. Yeah, you see that quite a few countries represented. It's not just the US, even though still quite a few US-based institutions. And what you can check as well is the growth. It's one thing to be big on Twitter. There's ways to do that. It's another thing to have a good follower base. Okay, it's all about brand intimacy. And it's something else as well to generate a regular growth, yeah? So you see that there. A few key accounts which are very interesting. American Express, an open forum. Basically, American Express, one of the kings of social media in financial services. They've done very well. They're going to be the first financial institution to reach the 200,000 followers mark. So it's quite an achievement. And you see then that it's pretty tight, especially between the 12 and the top 20. You see just 10,000 followers difference, but the growth rates are quite different from one bank to another there, yeah. A few other things as well. You see Asia Pacific is there in the top 10. They're doing quite well. And you see more and more from other countries or areas like Latin America and Turkey. There's a war, a battle in social media from the Turkish banks. On Facebook, it's very obvious, and on Twitter, they're catching up as well. And you see again the variety of accounts. Most of them are corporate accounts, but you see other ones which are focused on specific area, whether it could be support, okay, or it could be like specific initiatives like sport or charity. So sport like Davis Cup from BNP Paribas, or Chase Giving, which is a Twitter account which supports the Chase community giving initiative that you are probably aware of on Facebook. Um, and they managed to gather close to 3 million likes on Facebook through that initiative. So that was just to give you an idea of Twitter in the banking and the financial services industry as a whole. Please, if you want to be better on Twitter, to do a better job connecting with people, do get in touch with us. That was Christophe, Visible Banking, London, UK.